monster family.
Dark universe.
There was some big news that was just announced. I woke up to a DM from Blabs going, I get to talk about this today. Blabs, why don't you guide us through your excitement here?
I literally, the first thing I woke up and saw on Instagram was that Universal Orlando Resort has announced the new theme park, and we already knew that this was happening. We already knew that it was called Epic Universe and be coming out in 2025, so next year. But what we didn't know was all the different lands within the theme park. So now they've announced, I believe 5 of them. So obviously one of them is Harry Potter, which I already knew, and now I'm like, whoa! But now we're also getting How to Train Your Dragon, which is really cool. Oh. Nintendo Land, which is super cool. We get Celestial, and we get Dark Universe plus Harry Potter. So I am beyond stoked for this. I'm like, Craig, 2025, pack your bags. Go to Florida.
Yeah, this would be really, really cool to go to. So you're excited because they're doing an entire area just devoted to...
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited for all of it. All of it sounds fantastic. And if you watch that video, it is from the heart and soul. These people are dedicated to all these different lands. So obviously, I'm very excited for Harry Potter. But Nintendo Land sounds amazing. So does How to Train Your Dragon.
So what's the Dark Universe from?
So that is all Frankenstein and all the horror movies of Universal.
I would love that!
Yeah, it looks all very, very cool.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this.
Go.
Yeah, this looks very, very exciting. And everything that you hear about Disney and the shit that's going on with Disney, this is like the exact opposite. When you watch the video, and we can watch a few minutes of this. This is a 7-minute video.
Around, you can find the images.
We'll kind of check this out, but it's they have a 7-minute long intro to this park, and it is a spectacular video. It talks about their past and how they look to their past, and how the story, the whole idea of Universal theme parks was to ride the movies. That was the whole idea behind it. And they always
Spielberg in it.
Yeah. They bring in Steven Spielberg here. They talk about everything that is going into this new park, and there's a lot here, man. And it's really exciting to see all the different things associated with this. That honestly, if I'm Disney, I'm kind of freaking out, man. I am kind of freaking out because just a quick recap. Celestial Park. This is like the hub of it.
When you walk right in.
Yeah, when you walk in, you walk through these portals, and so it takes you to these individual worlds, right? Celestial Park is your main one, and there's 3 different rides inside that, and including some smaller, there's like a carousel, as well as a Dueling Dragons roller coaster in it. Then there's the Harry Potter world, which you're excited about this, Blaz, because this is combining all of the other parts of Harry Potter?
It's combining not only Harry Potter, but Fantastic Beasts, which has been largely ignored, even though it exists, and people can have their flaws with, the story. However, the locations and the magic within a location, to me, was pretty interesting. So they're going to have Paris as well as London in that theme park, and that's going to be very cool.
And Super Nintendo World, they obviously talk about Mario Kart and Donkey Kong Country, and so much more. Because when you look at the map that Super Nintendo World is on, and just the overall world associated with where Super Nintendo is, you can see right here, there's a lot of room for expansion right here. Tons of room for expansion. And so if you don't think that there's going to be massive, they're going to include Zelda and whatever, all the other IPs, you got another thing coming for you, because they know that Nintendo, they're going in on this, man. They're going in on this, which is very, very cool. Going back to the website, the one that I was really confused about was How to Train Your Dragon. I'm not into that. I didn't think it was that big of a franchise.
No, it's so nice. What I'm hoping is that they don't do anything with the live action. Like I was telling Matt before the show, they're doing that live action movie, and the only decent thing about that is that they're bringing Gerard Butler back to play the dad. But the rest of it sounds like crap. So it's just basically, from what I understand, it's just the animation. So you're gonna be riding the dragons in some roller coasters, and that sounds like fun.
Okay.
And then Melanie, we talked about Dark Universe from the
I
experiments.
have a little bit of the Dark Universe if you want me to play it.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Oh. Oh.
Monster family.
Dark Universe. A world where Universal's classic monsters are reimagined in an ominous and chilling experience.
Everything you've ever wanted to experience with monsters is in this world.
When the
looks really
fans
cool.
told us to
Right?
Yeah, that's where I want to go.
That looks great. I mean,
That is so cool.
I love the whole concept of this thing where you go into like the big central hub, and then you go through portals and you come through and you come out and you immerse yourself in this brand new world. That's such a really neat and interesting concept to how they got this thing set up. And I'm stoked. I feel like I finally have a reason to plan a trip to Orlando. Could have to try to make it with a MegaCon combined with this thing someday here in the near future, because
Even Celestial sounds so much fun with all this.
Yeah.
Like, it just sounds really unique and different.
Yeah.
That sounds very colorful. And honestly, we needed this kind of good news. Everything is just so crap lately in the entertainment industry. With
sure.
the Suicide Squad, all these movies are crap. And we finally wake up to something really
Something
nice
neat,
and exciting,
yeah.
something from the
Yeah.
heart. And that's why I was like, we have to talk about this positivity.
it kind of feels like Universal understands that all the people who are like tired of Disney's nonsense are kind of gravitating towards Universal, and I feel like they're sort of embracing that. Does that make sense?
Sure.
And I think they got sounds like they got some smart people in charge at Universal right now, and this looks really fun and really interesting. Like Craig said, I'm not sure about How to Train Your Dragon. I didn't realize it was that big of an IP in itself to sustain something like that. It's, to me, I think Star Trek, Star Wars, Harry Potter, those are the kind of things that you make lands about in a theme park. But this looks super fun. Yeah. The horror movies. Wouldn't it be cool if like the whole zone, if the whole world was black and white? If somehow it was all black and white, or you had to wear glasses to make everything black and white, and you can see different things.